Hi you guys, happy Sunday. This is Khang. Welcome to my channel, Wholesale to Million. I'm going to give you guys a quick tip in this video on how to close more deals this year, 2018. Now, before I get into that, for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel and who's interested in learning how to make money wholesaling houses, smash the subscribe button. Let me share and teach you guys everything that I have learned and everything that I will be learning so you guys can duplicate and go out there and create your own success. How I went from making $30,000 a year to now making $100,000 plus a month, and the goal for this year 2018 is to take that $100,000 to $350 a month. All right, so anyways, let me get into it and give you guys a quick tip on how to close more deals this year wholesaling houses. All right, now I did not know this when I first started out, and you guys, here's the key. So when you lock a piece of property up, when you tie a piece of property up under contract, all right, with the seller, and you market it, and then you got some interest party, some interest buyer that went and looked at the house, but they came back and say, no, we don't want it, we don't want it, we don't want it. What I want you to do is that I want you to go back to those buyer and ask them, because you want to get, so you would want to get some feedback from them, okay? You want to get some feedback why they're not interested, or why they don't want to move forward to buying the property. Now, I did not know this when I first started out, and I lose a bunch of deals looking back. All right, you guys, because the thing is, I figured that, okay, if I tie it up for this much, this is how much I want to make, and if I send it out and if I don't have any buyers that wants to buy it at that price, then I'm just gonna let it go. You guys, everything is negotiable. So basically, when you market that when you market that deal out to other buyers, and they went and they set up the walkthrough and the inspections, they went through it, and then they're going to come back and they're going to tell you, no, we don't want it, we don't want it. What I want you to do is I want you to call back and ask those buyers what's the reason why they don't want it. Because you got to understand the reason why they set up the walkthrough and the inspections is because they have interested in that property based on the number that you gave them. So when they did the inspection, something must have came up. Maybe it was the repair cost was too much, or maybe it was a 2-bedroom, now it's a 1-bedroom, or you mentioned it was a 3-bedroom when they went there and it was a 2-bedroom. For whatever the reason is, it gotta be the price. All right, it gotta be the price with the buyer. So it's not going to be the location, because they already looked it up, they already drive by it. So it's not the location, it got to be the price. So you want to call back those buyers and you want to ask them what price will work for you. All right, you guys, you got to ask them that. First, you got to ask them, so what's the reason why? All right, because you want to get some feedback. Maybe they said the repair cost is way more than you mentioned. Oh, you said it was a 3-bedroom, but actually it's only a 2-bedroom. Because a lot of times, seller might give us the wrong information. All right. So what it is you want to ask that buyer why, at what price will work for them. All right. So let's just say you market it out for $110,000. You lock it. So you and the seller agree to a price of $100. You mark it out for $110. All right. And your buyer went through and did their inspection, and they came back and they tell you, no, they don't want it. I want you to ask them what price will work for them so they will move forward to close on it. And then you want to also ask them is how quickly can they close on it once they gave you a number. You guys, I did not know when I first started out, I did not know that. I thought, you know what, here's the price I lock it up at. Here's what I want. If I don't get it, if I just get a buyer, go in there, and if they say no, then I just take that as a no. So I end up, having to cancel the deal. But I didn't have to, because because these are some things that I find out when I was going along. And maybe for some of you guys might already know this. But for those of you who don't know this, like when I first started out, go ahead and ask your buyer. And if they say, hey, you know what? They will say this sometime. They will say, yeah, 110 won't work for me, but 105 will. All you have to do is reduce your assignment fee to 105. But don't tell them right off the bat. Just tell them, okay, so you're saying at 105 you are ready to move forward if we can agree to that, right? Or if we can make that number work for us. Is that correct? Because you want to get a commitment from them, all right? And you want to ask them how quickly can they close. Because now sometimes they say, no, you know what, 110 won't work, but 100 will work. So now you ask them how quickly can they close. Then you go back to the seller. You can also renegotiate with the seller. You guys, I did not know that. All right, you guys. So what I'm telling you guys, everything is negotiable. It's not firm. All right. If you don't get the assignment fee you want, you can try to reduce it and just get the deal done. All right. So the key to that is when your buyer say no, ask your buyer what price will work for them and see if you can try to make it work. So if they say, yeah, you know what, 110 won't work, 100,000 will work, and you lock it up for 100,000, so you're not going to make any money. So what you're going to do is you're going to get from the buyer how quickly can they close, so you can come back to the seller and say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, 100 won't work for us. We just did the walkthrough. It was way more repair than what we talked about on the phone or than we expected. So would you be able to do 95? Would you be able to do 95,000? And if the seller say yes, then all you need to do is send the seller the addendum saying the reduced on the reduced price. Now the new purchase price is 95,000, and send the assignment agreement to that buyer for 100,000. And there you go. You make that $5,000. You guys, whatever it is, I'm just using that 5,000 as an example. Maybe you came back to the seller and the seller said, no, I'm not going to do 95, but I'll do 98,000. Well, if you want to get the deal done, then that's a $2,000 spread. So lock it up for 98. Send the assignment agreement over to your buyer for 100,000. So what I'm sharing with you guys, the key is don't let the deal go. Try to do everything you can to see if you can get the deal done and get it closed. You know, it's already going to take you guys. It already takes so much effort to lock that piece of property up on a contract. You're already spending your marketing money. Let's see how we can just close that deal, all right? And the key is you got to be able to go back and ask your buyer what they want for it, at what price will work for them, all right? And then come back and see if, reducing your, see if you can reduce your assignment fee, or maybe you have to go back and renegotiate with the seller. You guys, I do it all the time, all right? I do it all the time, but when I first started out, I didn't know that. I thought when the buyer goes in there, the answer is no, then I take it as a no, and I was, all worried about, all worried about going back and renegotiate with the seller, etc. What I'm sharing with you guys is it's okay. Everything is negotiable. The worst case, it's not going to work, right? The worst case, if the buyer said, yeah, you know what, Khang, 110 won't work, I got to be at 90,000. So you go back to the seller and you be like, and you guys, this is if you already ran out of buyer, right? This is if you already try to really market the piece of the property, and you're running out of time, and this is all the cash buyer that went there, and this is the price that, that the cash buyer came back, that the most they can pay. And the worst case, you come back to the seller and you just tell them, hey, after the inspections, here's where we need to be in price. And if it works, great. And if if they won't reduce the price, then you're just going to cancel the deal. But you're already going to cancel the deal anyway. So might as well ask and try to renegotiate and see if you can make it a win-win-win for everybody. All right, you guys? So that is my tips for today. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope for those of you who's already been, doing this, great. Drop me a comment. Let me know, if it works great for you or not. And also, too, is if for those of you who haven't done it, try it. You guys, call back the buyer. Try it. Try to save that deal. Try to see if you can make it work. All right? Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoy that. If I add any kind of value to you guys in this video or in any other of my video, sorry for the cutout. If I add any value for you guys in this video or in the previous video, don't be shy. Smash that thumbs up for me. It really helps improve the channel. And drop me a comment and let me know if this helps or not. If you like the tips or you don't. And if you do try it, if it works or not, drop me a comment. Let me know if you're able to close any deal using this method. All right, you guys. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.